Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about next separation method. Yesterday we discussed about two different separation methods or techniques. First one is evaporation and second one is centrifugation. Now evaporation and centrifugation, they are the name of two processes which we apply to separate components of a mixture. Our topic for today is how can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids. So before starting this topic, I just want to clear about the meaning of immiscible liquids. So we are having two terms. First is immiscible liquids and miscible liquids. The meaning of immiscible liquids is that it is a liquid mixture in which two different liquid components, they are not mixed with each other. For example, oil and water. If you are trying to mix oil and water together, you will find that oil and water, they are not mixing with each other, and after some time you will find that they are forming two separate layers. The other term is miscible liquid. The meaning of miscible liquid is just the opposite of that of immiscible liquid. So in case of immiscible liquid, it is a mixture of two different liquid components which are completely mixed with each other. So for immiscible liquid, you can have example like alcohol and water, because when you are mixing alcohol and water together, they are completely mixed with each other. So about miscible liquids, we will be studying later on in this chapter, and we are also going to study about the different separation technique when we have to separate the components of miscible liquid. But now we will be discussing about separation method or separation technique for this immiscible liquids. So let us see how we can separate it. So activity 2.6, it is given that let us try to separate kerosene oil from water using a separating funnel. So kerosene oil and water, if you are mixing together, they will not mix with each other and they will form separate layers. The other important term here you can find is separating funnel. So you must be aware of funnel, which is especially funnel which I am talking about. You must have seen at your home also, at different places also, and in laboratory also it is used a lot, which is made up of borosill. So that is a different funnel. This separating funnel, it looks like this, which is shown in figure 2.6. As you can easily see that this apparatus, its name is also given in this figure as separating funnel. It is because this separating funnel, it is used to separate the components of immiscible liquid. And they have also shown the mixture of kerosene oil and water, that when you are putting kerosene oil and water in this separating funnel, after some time they will form two separate layers. So the upper layer is kerosene oil and the lower layer is water. So here it is given, pour the mixture of kerosene oil and water in a separating funnel. So next step is that you have to pour the mixture of kerosene oil and water in separating funnel. Let it stand undisturbed for some time so that separate layers of oil and water are formed. And then after pouring this mixture of kerosene oil and water, you have to let this separating funnel undisturbed for some time so that oil and water layer, they can separate. Open the stopcock of the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer of water carefully. Close the stopcock of the separating funnel as the oil reaches the stopcock. So as you can see in figure 2.6, that with the help of separating funnel, uh, first of all, in the separating funnel we have poured the mixture of kerosene oil and water, and kerosene oil has formed upper layer whereas water has formed lower layer. Now you must be thinking that why kerosene oil has formed upper layer and water has formed lower layer. See, this obviously depends on density of these two liquid components. We know that density of water is more than that of density of kerosene oil, and that is why as water is more denser than kerosene oil, it has formed lower layer, whereas density of kerosene oil is less than that of water, and that is the reason it has formed upper layer. And you might have seen this also at many places, that an oil film or oil layer, it forms it is on the upper, or you can say that it remains over the water bodies. Maybe it can be lake or pond, or even at your home also, if you are simply putting water in a vessel or beaker and then just pouring some any of the oil, then you will find that oil film or oil layer will be over the water. Then next what we have to do, we have to after pouring this mixture in separating funnel, then we have to keep it undisturbed, and when we will keep it undisturbed for some time, automatically kerosene oil and water, they will separate out into different layers. After that, we have to open the stopcock. When we will open the stopcock, then water, as it has formed the lower layer, it will first come out of the separating funnel, and that we can collect in any beaker. And as water will just come out, then we have to close the stopcock, and we can find that in the separating funnel we are only having kerosene oil. So if you want kerosene oil to be in the separating funnel, you can keep it like that, or if you want to, kerosene oil to collect in a separate beaker, then you can also collect that kerosene oil in a separate beaker. So it all depends on you. What I want to say is that you can easily, with the help of this apparatus, easily within few minutes you can separate the components of two immiscible liquids. So this is how you have to do. And here the very important term is separating funnel, because to separate the components of two immiscible liquids, we are using the apparatus name is separating funnel. So this is about the separation of immiscible liquids. Now our next topic is, before that, first let us talk about its applications. So its application, first one is to separate mixture of oil and water, what we have discussed now. Then second is in the extraction of iron from its ore, the lighter slag is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron at the bottom in the furnace. So if you know something about metallurgy, or how any metal, it is extracted from its ore, and then what are the impurities attached with it, and how to just pure these metals. So in all that extraction of metal, especially in case of iron from its ore, we are also applying this technique at large scale. The principle is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. Like I have also told you that water is more denser than kerosene oil, that is why it has formed lower layer. The next topic is, how can we separate a mixture of salt and camphor. Now about this we have already discussed, uh, not particularly as about the separating method, but we have discussed this thing, which is the process of sublimation, in chapter 1 itself. So this is particularly about that sublimation process. So it is given, we have learned in chapter 1 that camphor changes directly from solid to gaseous state on heating. The reason is that camphor is sublime in nature, and that is why it is directly changing from solid to gaseous state on heating. So if we are having a mixture of salt and camphor, we know that camphor is sublime in nature, whereas salt, which is sodium chloride, it is not sublime in nature. So if we are having this mixture, then what method we will apply? We will apply the method or process of sublimation. So here it is given, so to separate such mixtures that contain a sublimable volatile component from a non-sublimable impurity, the sublimation process is used. Like I have said, if you are having a mixture in which one component is sublime in nature, whereas the other component is non-sublime in nature, then you will always apply the process of sublimation. And by now you must have understood that whatever the separation methods or techniques we are applying, that depends on the nature of the mixture. For example, in this case, we are having a mixture of camphor and salt, where camphor is sublime in nature, salt is non-sublime in nature, and that is why we are applying here the process of sublimation. Whereas just the previous one, when we are having a mixture of two immiscible liquids, then we are applying, or we are separating it by using apparatus which is separating funnel. So this is uh, so these separation methods, or these separation techniques, or even the apparatus, whatever we are using to separate the components of a mixture, that depends on the nature of the mixture. So that is why here it is given. Some examples of solids which sublime are ammonium chloride, naphthalene and anthracene. Suppose if I am saying that if you are having a mixture of naphthalene and sand, then what method you will apply? So you will say that you will be applying the method of sublimation. So if one of the component is sublime in nature and the other component is non-sublime in nature, you will always apply the process of sublimation. Now for this method they have not given any such sort of explanation, but I will be giving on the basis of the figure which they have given you, and because you all already know about this process of sublimation in detail. So as you can see this figure which is showing the sublimation. So in a china dish you are having a mixture of camphor and salt, and then you have to cover this china dish with the help of a funnel, and this funnel you have to put in an inverted manner as you can see in the figure, and you have to close the opening with the help of a cotton plug. So when you will start providing heat with the help of burner to this mixture of camphor and salt, you will find that camphor, as it is sublime in nature, directly it will form vapors, and these vapors when it will reach to the upper part, then which is the stem of the funnel. So when these vapors will reach to the upper part of the funnel, as there the temperature is lower, so there these vapors of camphor again will solidify, and that is why you can see that towards the stem of the funnel solidified camphor is mentioned. The reason is that because see the lower part which is attached with china dish, that part is quite hot, but when you are just moving towards the stem of the funnel which is far away from the source of heat, that is quite cool in nature, and that is why when these vapors of camphor is reaching towards the stem of the funnel, then there it is solidifying again. So this is so much simple, like you can easily understand all these separation methods and techniques with the help of figure itself, and you just have to remember that what kind of mixture is given, and for that particular mixture what kind of separation method or technique you have to apply. Now this topic is very important, and that is why I am just explaining everything in detail. It is because you may get a lot of questions based on these topics. So try to understand the diagram, try to understand different methods, techniques, and different apparatus for different nature of mixture. So this is about the sublimation process, which is very easy to understand. You just go through it once again. Not much is given here in detail, but with the help of diagram, you can understand each and every point clearly. Thank you.